I'll go back to football on Monday. When they present Xabi Alonso, خلاص, that's the moment.
أنا شايف أنشيلوتي قاعد يبكي وحركات ها.
شوف,
Is that true?
Tonight we feel sad.
Is that true?
Tonight we feel sad for him.
Tonight his last game?
Yeah. His last game, Mudrik's last game too.
So
that's a big one صراحة.
How dare your club
They should have kept him يعني, I don't know.
لا لوكا.
Like maybe he wanted to leave.
لا لوكا مودريتش.
Modric, yeah.
خلاص.
لا.
It's like you just give him 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. He's doing well. But yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Is he retiring or is leaving?
No, he's leaving.
خلاص, he's gonna go enjoy life. Yeah.
I think he's going. They said that he's going to Inter Miami to join Messi.
لا.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Wallah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
No, he seems like he'd go to Saudi, man.
I saw today that they a link that they want to buy Enzo Fernandez to replace Luka Modric. والله العظيم ناس عميانة.
You know what? It's not. It's like these days since يعني
people are blind.
Bear started making new signings. They're talking about every single player in the world. You know, these periods where like Real Madrid's is targeting this one, targeting this. But I don't think Enzo Fernandez makes sense because
he's horrendous, bro. He's not.
Other than they want someone who more capable of progressing with the ball.
لا هو برضو بس.
Yeah, but it's not like not his profile. I'm thinking. Let me think of someone. Like, you know.
لا أنت عارف أنت you guys if you buy a number 6 you need a number 6 and you get the right back sorted. Valverde is going to be very important. He can do that. He can carry the ball. He can shoot. You need to get a way to give Valverde the freedom.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's being wasted.
If you think about it, now you have Tchouameni. I know not everyone likes him, but I like him. But I like him to be honest. Yeah. Tchouameni is good. Tchouameni is good.
I thought he was going to be better than what he is, wallahi.
Yeah, that's the thing. We need the expectations were up there. Yeah. That's the thing. But
it's surprisingly disappointing.
Valverde.
Camavinga, that's what Camavinga too.
Camavinga is fine.
He's dangerous, man. I like him.
It's fine.
It's okay. But
guys, that's the you know what's the issue? Like, you don't expect every single midfielder in your team to be like 8 out of 10.
No, but حتى
but
when you think about Real Madrid, you think about the higher end of what's available. عارف? Like,
yeah, but
Camavinga is like, yes, he's good, but he should be in the Real Madrid squad. He should be like how Lucas Vazquez is. He should be a squad player only when you really need. I don't think he should be like a mainstay. No, I'm saying he shouldn't be like a mainstay. يعني when you guys had a proper 6, it was like Makaleli, like people like
the
that.
guy's still young, come on.
People that you have that are the best in the world. No, but I don't know if he will get to that level. I hope so, but I don't know.
You know the one that I'm really looking up to, I don't know if you've seen him before, Nico Bass.
No,
this guy was in the team last year.
You've been speaking about him.
Then he was playing with Como till last night when they played against Inter Milan. He was in the he won the best.
He's on loan.
It's just he is more on loan, but you know how Real Madrid does it. Like they sell him, but they still can take him back for 10 million or 15 million.
Okay.
Xabi Alonso wants him. He's really prioritizing him.
ما خلاص سجلت كمان دين هويستن.
Yeah.
But boys, I think today's let's see. Amir, عليك. Let's start the intro. Do the intro for this the episode so we can start talking about this beautiful club.
How's it going, people? And welcome back to the GalacticOz podcast. On today's episode, people, we're going to be talking about one of the most dramatic conclusions to a European season. Tottenham, after a long 17 years, have finally lifted silverware. Meanwhile, Manchester United, one of the football giants, just finished their worst season in Premier League history. And then we'll go on to break down the final that obviously took place last Thursday, and what this means for both clubs and where they go from here.
Glory, Tottenham Hotspurs. Glory, Tottenham Hotspurs. Glory, Tottenham Hotspurs as the Spurs go marching on. What a win, boys. Listen, I just want to take a moment to apologize to absolutely nobody after Spurs. Wallahi, you know how relieved I am. Wallahi, I haven't felt more anxious in my life. Genuinely. You know when Azam did the FaceTime call on WhatsApp? My dad actually came in the room. He woke up. He's like, what's going on? He looked at the scores. He looked at the team. And he just realized, he's just like, I see what this guy's talking about. Wallahi, close the door. I'm so relieved, man. Wallahi. And how good the Sonny look, boys.
Come on, bro.
How good does Sonny look, wallahi, with the trophy? Boys,
I'm glad you
wallahi.
added that because
No.
his cameo.
No. I'm saying,
Lord.
how good does he look with the trophy, holding a trophy
He does. He
with the
deserves that, man.
shades?
No man deserves that more.
Yeah, man.
He absolutely deserves
Bro,
it.
I just
Both teams.
And how good is it that an Aussie brought it home, mate? Huh?
nah, that's cherry on top. That's cherry on top. Wallahi, genuinely, being a Tottenham fan's hard. I'm gonna say this here. You know what I mean? It is hard being an Arsenal fan as well, but being a Tottenham fan specifically is the hardest thing possible.
It's tough.
And wallahi, to see your team lift the trophy is just, I don't know, man. Can't put words to it, wallahi.
It's amazing, bro.
Genuinely. Like, I hate football. At the start of every season, I say, I hate this sport. I'm not going to watch it. It's a waste of time. I'm watching grown men kick a ball and I'm getting really invested in it. Because I know where we're going to finish. But this is why I love football. This is what I do it for, boys. This is why I'm a Tottenham fan.
Yes, lad.
All right, let's start the show.
That's a good one. Now we can start.
Let's start the show.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay. You're getting us emotional, Rayvo.
Boys, wallahi, you don't know, wallahi.
What a day. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm so happy for him, wallahi. I'm actually so happy for him.
Wallahi, I'm so relieved,
Now we
man.
should hear the Man United in the face.
I
It's a funeral home over there.
Start crying now.
I'll be very honest. The one thing I said straight after the game, I am very, very happy with Ange. Wallahi, that's the only person I'm happy for. Like, for the stuff that he's been through, all the clips that we've seen about the fans giving it to him. Not even just that, even at the club, like, the thing that he said as well, the statement that he said about how Daniel Levy, or whatever his name is, said that, you know, we've looked for these people, we've looked for managers who are winners, who are this, and now we've come to Ange, as if he's nothing,
Last resort.
as if this guy, let's just give him a go, like it's just a charity for him, and this is the guy that brings you a title, like that. For me, that is unbelievable, and the fact with that, the most coldest statement in all of history, not sports, in all of history.
That's a mic drop.
Wallahi, like I don't usually win. He corrected himself. It's like I always win in my second season. That is ridiculous.
You know what I love more? Every what you call it? Every TV show or the third season is the best season.
Season 3 is better than season 2, guys.
That one I'm a bit scared about, bro.
Nah, bro, it doesn't matter.
Now he's pushing the
It
boundary.
doesn't matter, bro. It's not even that. He's done the impossible already.
Exactly, yeah,
He's done the impossible. You can't take it away from him. Even if next year he gets relegated, you can't take this away from him.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's done what nobody could do. Antonio Conte came and was complaining. Mourinho came and was complaining. Before him, everybody was complaining. Yeah, everybody was complaining. Pochettino, Pochettino did. I don't know.
He
In my
probably
opinion,
did the best.
a bigger job, but he just couldn't get it over the line.
Yeah.
But and just done what nobody could.
You know, it was one of my favorite sayings. Madison actually said it. He goes, Ange always tells us, he goes, look at the walls and look at all the photos of the trophies. All the pictures are black and white. Don't you want to see some color in that picture? You know what I mean? So it just shows what mentality he has. And bro, you see all the players, like they're just relieved. They're happy for him. They're happy. Everyone's saying Ange. You don't really see a coach getting this much praise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Unless they do something incredible. You got Xabi Alonso with Bayern Leverkusen. He was the poster boy. Normally you'd get like Florian Wirtz or someone. Right now it's Sonny. Everyone's happy for Sonny. But why is the coach the poster boy? Because he did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
It's something incredible.
And he went through it as well. Bro, every press conference is like a war.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of him. They want him to fail. They want that statement not to be true. Every press conference was like that in the lead up.
And the thing that I like the most that he did it, he needed to make compromises. And that takes us to the Manchester United thing, which is the coach there. You know, it's like Amarim not being able to make compromises throughout the season. Then he faced a coach that is willing to make compromises. The most important 3 matches that he played in this tournament, he gave up his style. He wasn't a stonehead. He thought again. Okay, in the final, they had, I think, 28% possession of the ball, which is crazy for his style. Yeah, but he did it because he wanted to win. But he was pragmatic with it. Yeah, you know, and that's something I really appreciate when it comes to coaches.
Yeah, but that's one thing I was gonna speak about, but in a negative way.
No. Hands down.
He won.
That was the worst quality of football.
I'm not saying that.
I've seen.
I'm saying why is he not doing that in the league? Like, why isn't he taking it match by match based on the opponent, analyze the opponent, look at their strengths and weaknesses, and not be so fixated on the fact that I've got to play my way. That's why they're 16th.
You know, he
Yes,
said
yes,
so-
yes,
that's why
definitely.
they're
Yeah.
16.
No, I get that. I
But
get
now
that.
he's gone and he's gone away from it and he's gotten results and he's won
Yeah.
a trophy.
And
And
he
why
com-
would you not
but-
do
By
that?
the way, he commented in that. He said, people are saying that I'm making compromises now. But in fact, I always dealt with cup matches this way whenever I coached before. So this is his way.
And you
When
know
it comes
something?
Yeah,
to-
maybe he does. Yeah, he's
No, but
he's
I-
back
Elimination.
defensively.
I
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
the opinion. I
Being a
understand
cup-
that
being a
in
cup manager,
game,
yeah.
you have to do that because you're going to be out.
Yep.
In a league game, you don't have to do that as much. But in a league game, in the long run, also you need results, and that's why I love managers like for example, a big example of that this year is Arne Slot. He's got a pressing machine. He's got a machine that Jurgen Klopp has built to go and press high. But he chose to tweak the system. He plays how he wants. If the system suits that he plays on the counter, he does that. If the system suits that they dominate possession, he does that. If it's counter press, he does that. Whatever the match needs. And another coach like that I absolutely love, is Eddie Howe. Match by match.
Yeah.
Depending on the match, you see a different tactic and you see a result.
Yeah.
That's so coaching is two parts. Either like that where you're adaptable and every game you change. That's one skill. That's a certain skill. And the second skill is, and that's the argument of whether Pep Guardiola is the greatest coach or Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson has this adaptability. Pep Guardiola has the ability to drill an idea in and write up sessions to make sure the players learn this idea, and then
perfect it.
they do that perfectly.
Yeah.
And they become so good at it. But I think the adaptability is a better way. Just personally, because it's almost like you're giving yourself an easier task by analyzing the opponent and knowing their strengths and weaknesses and operating according to that, rather than being so focused on what you should be good at.
But generally, I think managers do that for cups. I think the best one I've seen in modern day is Thomas Tuchel. 4 cups, I think he's the best
amazing.
manager.
Yeah, for
amazing.
cups. he's one of
Leagues
the
wise,
best,
I don't know what's going on with him. He's not the best in the league, but in cups, he knows how to switch it. And I think Ange did that. I'll be honest with you, I hated it. I was on edge most of the game, but you got to do that to win
works, bro.
games.
You
It
know-
works.
You know what I like the most, more than picking one side, is there are some coaches that can merge
Yeah,
both sides. So
combination
when
of
it comes
both
to
is
the league,
perfect.
they have their dominant way of like, okay, because when you especially when you coach in a big team, you're playing like 80% of your matches, if your games, you're playing against teams that you can easily beat.
Yeah.
You just have a dominant way, a style that you keep playing and repeating, and your players sort of observe that style. You can win these games. Then it comes to the other 20% where you have to plan for them. And when it comes to
That is the
cups,
perfect way.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
why it's
perfect
like
way.
And then-
now I'm going to bring Real Madrid into this.
Of
But
course.
it's like why I like Zizou the most, because he did that. If you watch him week
Zizou,
on,
did
and
he
week
have
off,
to coach in
you
the
see-
smaller games like
no,
him?
no. You see that he has a style of playing. Then he goes to the Champions League and he faces PSG, Bayern München, or whatever, and he changes that style. Because okay, this is a different game that I'm playing now, and I think Ange did the same this season. He tried, it didn't work in the league because of all the injuries, and it's like there is a rabbit hole that once you fall in, it's not easy to get out of. I think that will happen with Tottenham. Beside the injuries and everything, and that will happen in the league. But in the European League, if you watch the game against Frankfurt. Yeah, the second leg when they played in Germany.
When we won 1-0?
Yeah, that was a masterclass in compromises. The guy didn't play his style, but he controlled the game in different way.
Yeah, we won a penalty and then we scored that.
No, but it's what I'm saying now is Ange, the fact that all of the injuries, people are saying it's due to the playing style, the high press, the high line.
It is.
Defend,
Van de Ven,
And if you see, they're all defenders.
Yeah,
They're all defenders.
No,
That's
Van
what
de
they
Ven's
have
the
to
victim.
So
Yeah, it's
far
like-
back, more running than the usual defender.
Yeah.
So it's like you're causing your team more problems with it. Why don't you just go game to game? Your style against مثلا the Southamptons, the Ipswich, the Leicesters, the bottom teams, yes, ما مشكلة, dominate, high press, whatever you want. But then when it comes to the tough games, like the mid-table
Switch
games
it
and
up.
above, look after your team.
But I think Ange around once he got knocked out of the FA Cup, I think he threw everything. He threw his whole life on the Europa.
Yeah.
He's literally, you can see it. I saw it in the Premier League. I'm watching our games. I'm like, this is a winnable match. Even though we're playing,
doesn't care about
He
it,
doesn't care. And you know what it is? I congratulate him because he literally put his whole life on the line for that. Because if you think about it, we lose this game. Let's just say hypothetically, we lost this game. He would have been sacked.
Definitely.
He would have been known as.
But though he's still. I mean, I'm not sure if he's gonna be there next season.
No.
We'll see
But
about it.
for example,
We'll see about it.
but like on his resume, people are going to say, we don't want a guy that made Tottenham finish 17th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not going to be favourable.
That changes the whole narrative around him.
Now, so they'll say, oh, he can't manage a big club.
He's a Europa League
Now
champion.
he's a Europa League European champion.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing in the Super Cup next year.
Yeah.
Arsenal. I just want to say, imagine that North London derby.
North London derby Super Cup.
I just want to say, Arsenal fans, how does it feel to not win a European Cup?
You know what, Rayvo? I'm not the average Arsenal fan. I'm very happy for Ange, and I'm happy for Tottenham because I hate Man United so much.
No, it's not more than Tottenham because you know what?
I hate them more than Tottenham.
You love the running joke. What do we think of Tottenham? Every game you guys sing the chant. It's the Arsenal fans at home watching. These Galactico fans, the Arsenal fans that talk.
Can I say something? I said this to Yaqub. I don't see Tottenham as a threat. My whole life supporting Arsenal, Tottenham have never been a threat. To me, they're still not a threat. Just because of this,
I think you said that last week.
Yeah, I said this. To me, I hate United. United is the team that tortured me from the moment I started supporting Arsenal.
100%.
Those 3 Premier Leagues in a row with Cristiano Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney. That destroyed my life, bro. That was the Arsenal that got so close to the league.
Only I was a teenager at that time.
All of this, that's the team that I hate. So I hate this club more than any team in the world.
If only I was a teenager at that time, I experienced it fully as I am right now.
and now you're stuck.
Now, unfortunately,
unfortunately,
if we're going to talk about United, look, Rayvo, I'm trying my best. I'm staying quiet, because I want you to just have this moment.
I'm done. I'm a fairly humble guy. No.
Continue,
I'm a fairly humble guy.
Arsenal, the whole episode, I tell you, shut up. I'm giving a lecture today.
I'm a fairly humble guy. I've had my fun. I'm still celebrating. I've got another 17 years of celebrating to do. And then after that, I'll start.
So you don't want to talk about the future, about next season, about what comes next,
With Ange?
No, we can get
with the team.
We can get to that. But then
I'm just happy we won, man, to be honest. Look at the players. I'm happy to see the players get that.
Talk to us about Madison, bro.
Everyone's talking about, not even Madison.
Madison, he didn't even play one line. He's stealing the headline.
Not Madison even. There's guys like Ben Davis, been at the club, loyal, plays every position. Didn't play the final. But how critical is he for the team? Players like that don't get their rewards. You know what I mean? I seen Sonny. I'm happy for him and stuff. I said Brennan Johnson. By the way, go back 9 months. First episode of this season, I said Brennan Johnson is going to have an amazing season. I said it.
He's had a good season.
You know what I mean? But what I was going to say, those players, even Fraser Foster, I don't like the guy. But they're there for the club. Those are the players that win you the titles. You know what I mean? They're the ones that win you the cups.
And you know what, Amr, you might have to take back what you were saying about Romero. He stood up.
Yeah, man of the match.
Because he stood up.
Him going at Harry Maguire. You see him towards the end going at Harry Maguire. That's what you need. To be honest, I see him as the next captain. I see him as our captain. Yeah.
I'm not going to take nothing back, bro.
Van de Ven, the stop on the line. Oh my God. That was class.
Can we move on to Man United?
Vicario.
Can we enjoy ourselves?
There's a lot of things. Firstly, back to what you said about us torturing you guys and how I wish I was in those times. Just to let everyone know, the time that I fell in love with United was that time, but I wasn't grown enough at the time to actually fully experience it like I am right now.
Enjoy it, huh?
And the times that I have experienced fully has been all the shit times. Everything after Fergie, every single thing, whether we've won trophies or not, that is what I've experienced up until now. And up until now. It didn't really hit me how shit of a season it was until we lost. It's
because the hope that kills you.
Genuinely, I was like, look, okay, we might be as bad as we are. Finishing 17th possibly by the end of the Premier League is done.
Let's hope so.
To be honest, wallah, I'm with you with that. I hope so. Wallah Hazim, I hope so. Just to be throughout the season, I'm like, okay, we're shit. Okay, whatever. But we're doing well in this. So there must be something that's right in this club. There must be something that's okay. We can play this bad in the league and finish this low, but still end up with a European title. That is wild. So in my eyes, I was like, okay, it's not as bad as it is. But after this is all done now and we've lost, I don't think even if we won, it would have hit me. But the fact that we've lost, I am just like, how in the world have we been screaming and talking and laughing and all of this saying that, it doesn't even freaking matter, we're losing here with this, whatever.
Because we're going to win the Europa League.
The fact that, wallahi al-azim, all of that delusion comes to an end now, I'm just like, what an absolute idiot. Like, it's just
all you United fans.
all of us, wallahi we did. And for the people, by the way, that are saying things, let's say, no, I'll just let you guys speak about Amarim. How you're saying, you know, adaptability and this and that. There are plenty of coaches out there that don't do this adaptability bullshit. They might do it for cup games, for anything to do with getting a trophy other than the league. But the ones, majority of the time, aren't doing that. So when this guy first came, I said to you guys, I do not expect shit if we end up between 10th, 15th, around that area. Because last year, I don't think we ended, like we ended, I think.
No, you got into the Europa League. Or was that
well, like because of the FA Cup.
Wow.
We ended like 10th or some shit. Somewhere around that time.
And they were trying to sneak in the Champions
That's what I mean.
Again, huh?
Yeah, it didn't work.
So we ended that low. And then we got rid of the bold man. After that, I thought, like, it's only gonna get tougher, but at the same time there might be some hope if we get someone who shows an identity and a style of play. That was my main issue. And at the start of this season, there were so many times, wallahi, that when we were losing multiple games in a row, and every single time, you guys can check the tapes, every time I was asked, oh, what is this guy the right guy? Is this guy this? Every single time I said, I see a style of play that I did not see when we were playing when Ten Hag was here. When Ten Hag was here, it was like, chuck the 11, let's see what happens on the pitch. Just everyone just start making stuff up and let's try to win the game. And then we'll get rescued by Rashford sometimes, by Bruno sometimes, the odd Anthony ones, killer. So the fact that it's understood. The fact
I just
that
want to ask you something. So you see, you're saying that you see a style of play.
Yes.
Do you mean the formation or the application of that formation? Do you see something happening?
the formation itself already says that this person has some style of play. That formation is part of it. A coach that keeps on changing formations, this whatever, that's someone who's just adaptable and changing things. He doesn't have a set style of play.
Yeah, but what if his style is not working?
But this is the thing. The fact that his one is not working, I can't judge him completely. I can tell you right now that with this squad, this shit will never freaking work. And it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. But I cannot, and I've said this, wallah, I think either to you, Sabin, multiple times, and to others as well, I cannot judge this guy without giving him at least a window to get any sort of players. We have not done nothing for this guy. Even, by the way, just for your memory, when we hired this guy, he wasn't asking to come at this time. He wanted to come during the window.
Okay.
So the fact that we've said, you know what, khalas, come in, we do the job right now. We need you to do it now. With none of your players, with a shit squad that was already finishing 10th or whatever, like the season before, and then got taken over by him during this season, where we weren't doing that well. And then by players who we got rid of, come on. There were so many issues within that squad. So many players that did not deserve to play for United. And then ended up, as in the last window, we lost two of them. We lost Anthony, we lost Rashford. Fair enough. We wanted to get rid of Anthony anyway. But, okay, what does that give for him? Nothing. He's got no options for attack. He doesn't have any players, has he? Mm-hmm. He didn't get at the window to buy any players. So I can't sit here and say, you know what? Amarim is this, Amarim is this. We've changed managers how many freaking times in these years? How many times have we changed managers? Have you seen any change as people who don't support United? There hasn't been. Really, there hasn't been.
I think in the league wise,
there
you have. To be honest, you have. Under Ole, you've come second a couple times, made it to a couple finals. There is.
That's the one, by the way. That's the COVID one, the one that we came second. That's the COVID one.
Mourinho came second.
Mourinho's
one, yeah, Mourinho's one. Yeah. The one that you're talking about, the Ole one, was second. And by the way, under Ole, that's probably one of the better sides that we've had in the past. That was one of the better sides.
So what would you say? What would you say is the key issue?
I would say there's multiple issues. There's not one issue that's the main one. I'll tell you this right now, wallah. Because if it shows that there's multiple managers and multiple different players coming in every time and still nothing's working, it goes beyond this.
I reckon there's three. I think there's three. I see three.
Three what? Three issues?
Three big issues that the club has. Number one, we don't know what you guys are doing on the field. Whether are you playing a high press, are you playing a counter attack, or are you guys going to play possession? Pick one, because you're crap at all three. That's what it is. That's what we see.
Yeah, because it's not only the formation, it's the style of play. And that's
number two, I'll probably say your depth is horrendous. You guys don't have.
The player profile is wrong for the.
No, because the thing is, the thing is they say that, but like get a system that works, and you can make an average player look great. That's how I see it. There's decent players in your squad. And number three, I'll say just the structure of the club is shocking. I think why do I care about what's going on with the board of directors of United? Why do I care about some guy that's going to buy 23% of United? I don't care. You shouldn't care about that stuff. You know,
maybe it's the only club that you hear about this stuff on a daily basis.
No,
and the kitchen stuff and like the workers in the club. And that's the daily stories.
I'm sorry.
Why do I hear that? Why do I care about that?
I don't want to know about your jacuzzi problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't have jacuzzis. We don't have... This is not important.
All right,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the three things
Let me just say something. Firstly, the board stuff, let's not act stupid. We've heard about things. We've heard about the Glazers. We've heard about the shit that whatever Arsenal problems. Then we've heard about the Daniel Levy guy, whatever. We're hearing stuff about boards and whatever. Now that you're hearing about our kitchen stuff, yes, it's messed up. This is the only reason why you're hearing about this.
I'm gonna tell.
Let me just finish.
Okay.
I don't even want to take it into a joking section. Wallahi, let's just forget that. I don't want to talk about it.
Because I'm sad.
I want to talk about what's genuinely the problem. Wallahi. When you're talking about style of play, by the way, the reason why I say that his system, where he's working, and by the way, if you ask if it's a high press or not, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. But he doesn't have the players to do that. And he's telling them to do that, but the players don't have the legs for that. So it looks like a half-ass press, kida, shinu, kida. It's bad. It's bad. So that I can't go and say, you know what, this is Amarim's fault. How can I say that? How can I say that when these players time and time again have showed shit performances, not under Amarim, under Ten Hag?
Okay, can I take over now?
Most of the time, that's what they're doing.
You know, the thing is, I already sent him, we've been talking on WhatsApp for a while now, so he knows what I'm going to say. He came prepared and he took like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. The thing is, I'm not saying, in the first place is not Amarim's mistake, okay? But since you've been hired, you're there, you made your mind, okay? I think... I don't understand this sort of one-dimensional coaches. Where like, I play one way. If I don't have if I don't have the team for it, I won't change anything. Whatever I go through. If you think about it, like the way we're looking at him, he coached 41 games for United this season. 41 is not a small sample.
Yeah,
41 games, and he is the worst. This team is the worst team in the last 100 years. For Man United, they didn't win 2 games in a row for the first time in 100 years of the club history. So the thing is, when he says, "I want my players, I want my style, I want my team," what does he expect? Do you think that next season Man United will change the starting 11 of the team?
11. They'll probably get 6 players.
They will get 6 players.
Probably 6-5
in the first team, like playing in the start 11.
Whether they start or not is a different story. But I'm saying,
because if he doesn't do that, I would think that there is something wrong with him. Because he is the one who's saying, "My players, my style. My players, my style." I've never seen this before. I've never seen
a few things that I want to say. Yeah. First of all, what Saber's just said is absolutely spot on. So they gave him the ultimatum whether to come now or come at the end of the season.
They didn't give him that.
No, they did. No, they said either you come now or you don't come at all.
Yes.
Yeah. So then he can see the players that they've got. He's a professional manager at the end of the day.
There's no way you're putting down the manager.
I'm putting down him because he made this point.
I'm discussing this point, but I'm not blaming the manager. The fact that he knows the situation that he's walking into, either you assess the squad and think, okay, you know what, I can work with it from now on, and I won't embarrass myself and take the job, or think, nah, not for me. Not for me. I'll wait. Another job will come. He was smashing it with Sporting Lisbon. Yeah. He has no problems. He should have waited. So he made the wrong decision. If he's gonna blame the squad, khalas, that's point number 1. Second point is, you can't come in and the club be failing this badly and not change anything and say, no, I'm not going to change. And Sean Dyche said it the best. Do you guys watch the overlap?
Yeah.
You watch the overlap?
Yeah.
The overlap with Gary Neville.
Yeah.
He said, Sean Dyche said, imagine somebody comes to Cadbury, the chocolate manufacturers. I'm going to change the formula. Okay? I'm going to change the formula. He changes the formula. They're not making any sales. And they tell him, we're not making any sales. The company's failing. What are you doing? He's like, nah, but it's my style. It's my style. And will he stay in the job? He's not going to stay in the job. This guy comes in, it's my style, but the club is failing because you're 17th. Yeah. Change something. Do something. No, but this is my style. He stays in the job, and he gets backed in the window.
I want to back you. I want to back you up in this point. Højlund, he played 16 matches this season where he didn't even have a shot on target. A shot on target. So you're telling me the club doesn't have a player in, let's say, in the youth team. Mm-hmm. They don't have any other solution. Okay, don't play him. Play anyone. Play Maguire as a forward. I don't care. Do something. He's not doing anything. He's just sitting there and complaining about stuff.
Yeah.
And I think a huge part of being a coach is to adapt to whatever you have, to be flexible.
Exactly.
It's a management job. It's we know what's management in general away from football. He should manage these things, okay? And one more thing, to put all these things aside, let's look at Man United squad. I'm not saying they're like the best squad they ever had or whatever, but they make, like the way they're complaining about their players makes it sound like they're not coachable, they're not playable. No, there is some decent names there.
Yeah.
They were playing in big teams and they came to okay, then if they are not good players, why are they paying these big wages for them? Why they brought them with these numbers then?
Yeah, because
you think about it, they were good before they played with Man United, and they'll be good when they leave the club. And it keeps happening. Look at Rashford. Look at Anthony. I know you have an opinion about that. Look at McTominay. Look at all these names.
Everybody's going.
And you think that, and you know there is something. I think, okay, in my opinion, you cannot summarize everything in one line. Let's say when it comes to Man United, but
there's a curse.
Okay,
if you want to summarize everything.
No. The way I look at it, the way I look at it now is a constant decline in standards. They had Mourinho, and they said, okay, he's not doing well. He was doing well, but he wasn't doing well to the standard of.
And it's not that.
Sir Alex Ferguson. Let's say
then they're backing.
Yeah. Then it's like they're like, okay, we're going to bring someone else. Solskjaer, let's say. Then Solskjaer was there, and he was doing a little bit less than Mourinho, but he was doing well still. They were like, okay, Solskjaer is not well enough. Then they brought the bold guys, you said, and he wasn't doing as Solskjaer, but they were like,
they had Raginak, what's his name?
Yeah.
Interim. He exposed them.
Yeah.
He's the one that started exposing United.
Yeah, the whole kitchen thing. The
He's
kitchen
the
stuff
one,
started
yeah.
coming out.
He's the one,
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is that the standards of the club are falling.
Falling.
And now we're saying a guy who finished 17. The guy didn't win 2 consecutive matches the whole season, 2 consecutive
It's
games.
actually madness.
Can I speak a
And wait. I'll just
You've
wrap
said
up.
final
I'll
point
wrap
so
up.
many times.
No.
Make your final point and leave.
Come on, I just wrap up. And now, you know what's the issue? They're saying, okay, خلاص, we expecting him to win a trophy, which is the Europa League, and they lost now, okay? So, what I expect, if he starts next season, they sack him, they bring someone else, the standard will even fall farther and farther.
صح.
Because now they are, it's like, okay, do you think that you will be able to bring a big name to the club? The club is not appealing anymore. Because your standards are falling. This is the issue that I'm seeing.
Who's going to come to 17th place, Man United?
Yeah.
Who's
Can I
coming?
speak now? Okay,
Have you got something good to say, or you going to keep talking about some nonsense?
Look at how many things I have to respond.
Amir, what's the solution?
Don't
How many things do I have to rebuttal
Summarize in one
to?
line.
If you guys let me
First of all,
speak, Abdullah, if you let me speak from the start, I would have got to all these points.
عامر خلاص دقيقة.
Glory.
This is it's a big issue. We don't want you to address the whole issue. I want you to tell us why Man United lost that game and tell us what's going to be fixed going forward. Tell us those 2 things, bas.
Okay,
Why did you guys lose the game?
You want to host the show? Come take this laptop.
Why did you lose the game? I told you today I should be the host because you're going to want to do a lot of talking.
Let me tell you. Forget these. This guy, the Real Madrid fan that was depressed like 2 weeks ago, used to talk.
No, I'm not.
He got better by Arsenal, guys.
I'm
New
not.
era.
5-1 aggregate.
I'm never depressed.
5-1 aggregate to Arsenal.
Oh,
Guys, anyway, look, in all seriousness, let's talk about the squad that you're talking about, Hassi. The squad that you're saying is
I asked
actually
you questions,
fantastic.
bro.
What did you ask?
I said, why did you lose the game?
Okay, I'll tell you what. But firstly, that was by far one of the worst finals I have ever witnessed in my life.
Definitely.
Wallahi.
Agree.
Very short life, not that long, but this is by far the worst. Wallahi lazim. So, for you to even ask what was the reason they freaking won? Ma fi haja. There's nothing. That whole game was shit house. It was shit. There was nothing in that game that tells you, oh, you know what? These guys should have won. Niggas didn't even have a freaking shot on goal. They had one, and it was us.
We defend
good. We took the shot on goal. Ma hum mazatu.
We defended good.
Guys, that's all they did. This is what I mean. So if we're going to look at the game from a standpoint of this, we had more shots, we had more possession, whatever, all this kind of bullshit. But at the end of the day, they did something that is very smart in this situation where they were like, you know what? We get our goal, wa khalas.
Follow-up
We are
question.
wrapping
Follow-up
up this
question.
shit.
Since you don't want to speak about your team, how we see it. Tottenham have already beaten you 3 times this year.
Yes.
Wouldn't you think, let's go into the game defensive? Let's see at a 0-0. Maybe we'll nick one, but then trying to win the game and all.
I'll be honest.
Wouldn't you think, let me take it to extra time, let me take it to penalties? That's our only hope. This team has already beaten us 3 times.
I'll be honest. On the high that the United was coming into from the European games. From the European games, we have had greater performances against greater sides than these bums.
Who'd you guys verse?
We played Lyon, who are way better than you guys.
We beat Lyon.
We just played Athletic Bilbao. They will thump you niggas if that was the final, wallahi.
Nah,
wallahi, they would have smoked you.
Guys, all I'm saying
is... That's the truth, though. Like, wallahi, with all due respect, your lineup, wallahi al-azim, is nowhere near the strongest. This year, fair enough, you guys have had us. 100%.
I mean, we beat you guys 4 times, bro.
What am I going to say to you, Rayyan? What am I going to say to you? You're a better club than us? You're not. Wallahi, you're a hell of a club and you're a hell of a team. If I'm going one by one, that lineup that we did, the mixed lineup, look, wallahi, Hassan, I'm crashing out. Let me
and who won?
Let me listen.
Look at the lineup.
Wallahi, listen. Let me stick on one thing. Enough with these dumb questions, wallahi. Khalas, let me stick on one thing. Wallahi, let me think. Let me stay on one thing.
In your
point.
I don't want to your point. Because okay, now you're talking about the squad, okay? You're saying they have a worse squad. Okay, then why you complaining about squad? If a team that has a worse squad beat you in the final.
I have complained about my team multiple times. You know why? Because I've said the same freaking boys that we have in the squad have been performing poorly for every single freaking game. Every game. معلش أنا no life, we're being too loud. Because for every single game we've been performing poorly. And you know, no one's been like, if I was to take from this United side, who would we keep? If we had the option right now to sell as many as we can and buy as many as we can, this whole United squad is gone. I'll tell you the people that are going to stay. Ahmed, Bruno, Maguire, Lenioro. Al-Bagin, Mazraoui probably has a chance. Al-Bagin, buy. Are you? This guy is out. This guy hates one of the first people out.
Okay, now then he goes out and he plays well and he's like, the club is cursed.
Okay, and thank you for bringing this point back. Anyone that leaves United, by the way, immediately, an immense amount of pressure is relieved from them. Okay. Immense. You know what that does to a player? Like completely free of all worries. Now let me go and enjoy my football. I'm out of this toxic relationship of my life. Let me go and do this. Every single thing, even in life, when people get into toxic relationships, these boyfriends and girlfriends, even in the movies and whatnot, they're in the worst position. What do they do after they post breakup or whatever? They get into shape. They get into this. It's the best time of their life.
No, but you know what they also do?
I want to say something. Let me finish, boys. Wallahi, no. We'll shut this podcast off.
Listen.
Let me speak.
Not about football.
How am I not speaking?
It's not about football. It's not about football. It's not about football. I was going to say, you said they get in shape, whatever. But you know what they also do when they get into the next relationship? They bring their trauma with them.
Now bring it back to football terms. How does that make sense in this scenario? It doesn't. It doesn't. There's only one aspect of that scenario.
All of Liz.
No, it doesn't. That proves my point that later on they're gonna play shit in the next thing. It doesn't matter what okay. Now let me tell you, in these spaces, I've said this multiple times, Kamata Abdullah. Any English player that leaves England and plays abroad, 100% they have a higher success rate than they would in the Premier League. Majority of the time, we've seen it multiple times. Jadon Sancho, how much of a flop is he in the Premier League? Forget for United, even for Chelsea. Chelsea don't even want Sabit Khasana.
If you don't, okay, you're saying the thing and you're agreeing on the thing. I don't agree on that point. I don't agree on that point.
I'm telling you
you have few examples. I have
these examples that you're saying.
A long list of examples where English players left the Premier League and they didn't play well overseas.
Okay, which one?
It just started happening recently.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the usual, but it started happening recently.
Okay, recent. If we're talking about recent, in recency, that's been the truth. Correct or no?
Yeah.
In this day and age of football, that has been the truth.
But that doesn't allow you to say every single. No, it's not every single player.
Recency.
Recency. In one hand. Second thing, because I'm just going to mention one thing. Okay. Yeah. You say that the environment is toxic. They go out, they play well, right?
Yep.
So it's not individual issue. They're like, as individuals, they're not the issue. You're saying the squad is bad. The squad is not that bad. The environment is bad.
No.
You're saying that yourself. Then you're telling me they're not playable.
You're taking it completely out of context. This is what I mean. What I mean is any player and any footballer would know this. Anyone who plays at a high level, Wallahi Azim would know this. As soon as you go into a new club.
Okay, now he's flexing. He's like, if you're playing.
No. Forget me. Forget high level.
I'm going to play indoor in half an hour. I'm going to play indoor in half an hour.
High level.
It's not high level. I'm going to play indoor in half an hour. I'm leaving.
I'm saying, look, anyone who plays at a decent level, forget high level, just semi-professional. Let's say semi-professional level. Yeah. Everyone knows this. As soon as you leave a club and you play in a team where there is no pressure on you, you are free to play your football and express yourself. Immediately, most likely, you're going to have a great season. Whether that means you're going to hit outstanding numbers or you're just going to hit bang average, you're still going to have a better season than you would have in your old club. Because there was multiple things contributing to your game. It wasn't only, oh, my first touch is bad, oh, my this. It was the pressure of your teammates, the people around you, how it was in training. Then there's people like the coaches stuff. Then there's people in the board. And another aspect that's not in the semi-professional aspect is the social media stuff. The stuff that happens, all the clowning that Anthony was receiving. All these players that we see that go into all these mental health, they have all these issues because of all the stuff that they might go through. Yeah. Anthony was abused at United. And to be honest with you, rightfully so. He copped that shit because he deserved it. For us, he was bad. He was terrible. Now he goes to a place and now he's saying, oh, United tried to ruin me. Nigga, you ruined yourself. You played poorly every single game. You deserved what you got. You decided to play Manchester United. Manchester United is a massive club. Forget the fact that we finished 17th. It's a massive club. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. So playing for them, immediately you're going to be full of pressure. Tawali. Okay. So that in itself is what I'm talking about. Okay. They are relieved of that pressure, so they go on to a place where there's no pressure, sometimes maybe even an easier league or an easier, a less quality of a team. So the expectation isn't that high. It's like a Real Betis or something. Mm-hmm. It's not that they're a bad team, but it's not to the same caliber, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that in itself plays a part.
How does United get fixed?
I remember, who was it, Mohamed Rees or something made fun of me, or Yaqub, I think, when I said we needed the Arab sugar daddy at the start. I said that, you know why? Because not only about the money side of things. Yeah. I thought personally, wallahi, that these Arabs, this might be a little theory of mine, because they're like a minority. Like Hassi, they're not respected by say the English people, the Europeans in general. They have a point to prove. So the effort that they put into the clubs that they buy is beyond what anyone would put in. They back it to another extent. That is one side of it. They care for the club and they would want to bring United to a better place. This guy telling me he's cutting staff. I'm not paying for these niggas' travel tickets. You guys pay for yourself. Yeah. This stuff, by the way, I don't know too much about the management side. But I'm just like, this is the poorest behavior, like the most trivial behavior. Like, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Firstly, if you're gonna do that, do not tell us about it. Yep. Don't ever tell us about it. That is by far the stinkiest shit. I'm not gonna tell you, the staff, by the way, we took away 6 kitchen stuff.
I told you the kitchen stuff. The forks.
I took away 6 kitchen stuff because this guy's earning 150 a week and we need to afford his money. Yeah. I can't. That stinks. That is so bad. And the fact that the club is in debt or some shit, or they're about to run it. He was saying, this Jim Ratcliffe guy was saying, we're about to run out of money this at the end of the year. Brother, I'm about to run out of money. I'm so confused. I'm glad. I don't understand how.
I think he put his life savings into the club.
I'm glad that you highlighted that because,
I think he put all his money into the club and he's like, all right, I bought the percentage of what I need and what do I do now? It doesn't really matter.
I really don't get it. I did not get a lot of it. And even this guy, wallahi, seems like a cookie, wallahi.
He is, wallahi.
Wallahi al-azim. By the way, cookie means cookies. Like in here, he doesn't have a brain. That was what it means. This guy is a massive cookie. You know what he reminds me of, wallahi? Who's that guy? Joe Biden. It's kind of like that. He reminds me of this nigga. Wallahi al-azim. You know, that means in the interview that he had with Gary Neville. Yeah. Where Gary Neville suggested something to him. Oh, that's a good point.
He said
no, from the board brought that to me. Yeah. What's your brain doing in there? Why are you thinking, come on?
Okay. Let's look at. Okay,
can we speak now, Amir?
Oh my god.
That's one way to fix.
Oh my god. Look, that's one way. Look,
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Buzz.
I can't breathe.
Arab sugar daddy.
Boys. Look,
you need a psychologist for this one, wallahi.
We'll be wallahi, full on serious. I think if we get rid of Amarim at this point, we'll be heading into a darker place. Even though this is by far the darkest place we've been in. So we need to stick by him. I think for better or for worse. And he is one of the people. Don't get me wrong, by the way. Don't get me wrong. It
should be called the Galactico.
If
we're talking for 2 minutes. And صعب
The fact, boys, wallah, that you guys don't want to let me speak is actually very irritating. Wallahi, let me finish.
Okay, quick.
Let me finish.
Make it quick.
Yeah.
This guy, Amarim, by the way, I'm not taking no responsibility for him. I'm saying this guy is responsible. but the players hold a much higher responsibility, I reckon. Because you're on there on the pitch, and he's telling you what to do. If you don't do it, he can't come there and drag you and make you do whatever. The performances individually have been very poor. Very poor. Not only for that game, but for the whole freaking season. This is majority of the team. Star players, yes, whatever, they're doing well. But majority of the team has been there. So I can't let Amarim take the full blame. That's why I'm not for this. Amarim needs to get stacked, whatever. I'm not for that. He needs to stay. We need to give him a window. We need to get rid of at least like 5 of these bunch of disgusting Finnish players.
Before you finish, because I want to counter that point. Do you think he is the manager that's worth backing and making a clear at for? Because Man United refused to do that for Jose Mourinho. They sided with Paul Pogba over Jose Mourinho, and that's a much higher caliber manager that was delivering at the time. Yeah. This guy has had, from December all the way until now, his record in the Premier League is horrendous. To tell me that this is the one that's going to work, this is the one that we should take a chance on, this is the one that we should do a clear out for and back him. Yeah. You have said that about every manager before him. You didn't do it with the right ones, the ones that are actually top elite managers. You didn't do it for them. And now you want to do it for some guy that's just had a couple of good seasons in Sporting Lisbon and taking a chance on him.
This guy?
Do you think you are going to... You're stuck in this vicious cycle where you're doing this for every manager that you bring in? Ten Hag, you gave him 2-3 seasons, a couple of windows, and it didn't work out. Get rid of him. Get the next one in. Do the same. Back him for a couple of windows. He doesn't work. Get rid of him. When you didn't do this for the top managers that you had.
And you know what it is? The completely different styles. From Mourinho, different style, defensive, let's just say, to Ole, different style, to what's his name? Eric Ten Hag, different style. And
no style.
Ruben,
no style.
Okay, no style. Yeah. And then to Ruben, no style. I don't know what style he's on.
There's
style.
For some reason, everyone knew his style and recognized that when he smoked Man City. Yeah. But Hassi now is no style. Now is no style. Because the players that he has don't want to do the job. Doesn't want to do the job.
Okay, listen. You keep telling me the players.
The high press, the counter. We see it, of course. But it's not like to a Premier League standard. Whereas if you look at a club called like Brighton, they change managers. How many managers have we seen in Brighton?
The club's identity
remains. But the club identity remains the same. And if they had, let's just say, the equivalent of budget of you guys, they'd be at the top 4.
And not just that, Amir. You're saying the players. If the manager that you've got is a Manchester United standard manager, he shouldn't have this record from December until now, irrespective of the players that he's got.
Thank you.
Look and
it doesn't matter.
He's not even trying. He's not even trying.
It doesn't matter. He has to be a better manager, like Sabir said. Management is not just doing what I know, irrespective of who I got. No, you've got players there, know their profiles, do the right thing with them until you get your players in.
All right.
This is not Man United standards, unfortunately. So you guys backing this and keep blaming the players and not giving the coach any responsibility. I don't know if that's the right thing.
Okay. Before anyone else says anything, this is the last point. We need to wrap it up. We can't go on all day for this. No. Just in general, like, we're gonna be doing this episode for too long, wallah. To rebuttal to that, Abdullah, in terms of Amarim, if he's the main guy or not, look, I don't think there's someone out there right now, Hassidi, that is willing to take this United job. Okay, that to be honest, we should sack him and bring someone else, because I think we're gonna continue to have the same issue for a while. We need to eventually say, you know what, we need to back this guy, give him time. Ten Hag, the only reason why he warranted a little bit is because of that cup that he won. And I don't even know why these idiots decided, you know what, let's continue. Let's continue this, and then sack him. Because they interviewed like 6 or whatever. Yeah. Okay, you know what, this is not good enough.
They weren't good enough.
Okay, then we sack him. Why give this nigga hundreds and whatever of millions, bro, to change the whole freaking team, bro? How many players are his? So many. If Amarim, I think genuinely, wallahi, if Amarim had that budget and changed this team like the way that Ten Hag did, wallahi, he would do way better. I'm talking top 6. I don't even want to push it to say top 4, whatever. He'll take us back to that level. I genuinely do believe that, because he showed it time and time again against big teams. Yes, he was with Sporting. But he like dismantled a strong City side. Let's not talk about City as if there's some bum team. Pep is the coach of that team.
Season, by the way.
In their season.
Where a lot of people have done that to them.
Roger was injured.
Arsenal gave him 5 at the Emirates.
Yeah, it's not special at all.
I'm serious, Ahmed. I'm serious.
Arsenal compared to Sporting?
What do you mean?
Like in terms of the caliber of players.
No,
the caliber of players.
That's not my point. My point is how have this Arsenal team, when it was at its best 22, 23, 23, 24, struggled with Manchester City. But this season, we slapped them.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
So you're saying it's just a shit aside?
Yeah, City is horrendous this year.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So the fact that he beat them means nothing. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying everybody's done it. He's done it here with United. Does that mean he's the guy? City are having a bad season. Don't use that as a measurement. Is what I'm saying. Use his full season.
No, I am saying
use his whole time as a measurement for him.
Don't say. No, the only reason why I use that is a Premier League side.
I understand.
And he showed it with his old system on that Premier League side because you guys keep saying
and he
where
showed
is
it
the
with
system?
the same system with United at the Etihad. But it's not. It doesn't mean anything. Is what I'm saying. Okay. The whole rest of the season, why hasn't he shown it? Like,
okay,
he did it at City, and he didn't do it the whole rest of the
season.
season.
You said before you disregarded all the stuff that he's done, all the stuff that he's won with Sporting. You disregarded that. Okay, you said, so what, he's won this with whatever, it doesn't even matter.
I'm saying for the caliber of Man United.
For the caliber of Man United, Abdullah, firstly, we've gone through so many coaches. Okay, Mourinho is a massive mistake. 100%.
You made the first mistake. So Alex made the first mistake by getting David Moyes.
Yes, there was a massive. There's so many errors. Standards. So many errors. We're not going to be perfect. No one is. It's going to be so many errors. I'm saying at a certain point, we need to settle down. And I think right now, from the coaches that are available, who's going to come? Jurgen Klopp? Zidane? Who's going to come to this club? Nobody.
Do you have to look at it? Do you have to look at a top manager?
This is done. This is why we're going with Amarim. And I think he would do well. By the way, Amarim, in terms of character-wise, he's definitely fit for this role. If the results were different, it's a different conversation, obviously.
Personality suits the club.
He is definitely a United coach. But these performances, that's why I don't want to put too much on him. I want to give him at least a window or two, see what he can do with his players. Yeah. And right now, I think it's going to be a big problem getting any sort of player to this club.
And not just
we have nothing to compete for.
They needed to be in the Champions League.
Yeah,
because they've spent so much already.
Exactly.
I don't know how much they're going to be able to spend.
This is what I mean. So the amount of problems that he's going to face now, I think it's going to be like very detrimental to whatever progress he's going to make in the next season. So I think it's going to be massive. But I will still judge him after a window.
The last time I spoke was like 20 minutes ago. I'm late. I can't go if you.
I don't think this is healthy for a young manager.
Okay, I have a question for you. You will talk. I won't talk. Just a question.
I said that was the last question, but wallah, this is the last one. We can't do it.
Go.
Do it. Yalla. You've already said it. Now the viewers really want to know what you want to ask.
I want to know.
Okay, no, because you're saying that he will bring his players and he'll play his styles next season. Okay, what's the expectation that you have?
Amazing
his
question,
team next season. Okay, I want you to set a bar. So next season, if he doesn't deliver that, I don't want to hear that. We give him time, and it's Man United, and this and that.
Can I just give you a question so I know how to answer this?
Yeah.
Are you saying a full season?
Yes.
By the end of next season, where should he be?
A full season if he survives, because I don't think he's going to survive.
We're saying full season by the end, and he gets to bring the players that he needs. The situation that he's in. So take it. Okay,
I'm the one who asked the question. Let me explain it to you.
No, he just said it.
I'm telling you. Sorry. Be realistic. You know how the club is, how much they can spend. Like, you cannot bring a top caliber player now. You know what? Like, where they're standing now. From this point,
now we're going to test his
what do you
management
expect next season?
Minimum. I'll give you a minimum. Top 6. Minimum top 6. That's what I genuinely believe. Because you know what? From a team that finished 17th, I am not going to be
capable of delivering it.
100%.
Okay.
100%. I'm not going to be an idiot and say, you know what? I want top 3. I want top 4 because this is where United's meant to be. Nigga, we just finished 17th. There's nothing here there's no pride that should get in the way of reality right now. You need to be.
Step by step.
You have to be. You have to be
punching above your weight.
You have to be. No, it's not.
We'll top 8.
Top 6.
Conference League.
Top 6, bro. Top 6.
Okay, I want to hold them accountable.
What about like domestic cups as well?
I don't care about trophies right now. Wallah, I don't care. I want to see progress. That's it. I don't care about winning. We have enough titles, wallah. We're full of titles, this club. I just care about progress to getting back to that stage where we can then contest for titles. That's it. Once we get to that, khalas, alhamdulillah, that is enough.
Of the episode?
No, we're going to do quickly, Rayvo's Riddles.
Nah, guys, I want to talk about football, boys. What about Napoli winning the league? What about teams winning cups?
There's nothing. That can be in the next episode.
Scott McTominay, MVP.
Yeah.
No one cares for that right now.
No one cares for an ex.
No one cares for that.
An ex-United player.
That's so American, bro.
Boys, hey. Enough.
Huh?
No more football talk.
Who's gonna win the awards in
Abdullah.
England?
Abdullah ما تبغى ياز والله. Enough, bro. والله
Salah
we don't know Rayvo's
Who's the
riddles
young
and that's
player?
it, bro.
Okay.
Abdullah.
They better
enough.
give it. They
Enough.
didn't even nominate Lewis Kelly.
Enough.
Stinky
We
people,
don't care
bro.
about this rest of this shit, bro. We wanted to talk about United and Tottenham and that's it. Next week's episode, we get all this.
I mean, we spoke more about United than we spoke about Tottenham.
Now it's time for Rayvo's riddles.
Okay.
Oh my god.
After Spurs.
Yeah, boys.
Riddle number 1. I never sprint.
No music today.
Yeah, outrun time. Azam's. By the way, I'll stop it there. Azam is putting some new stuff,
Okay, perfect.
so they would have seen it by now. So
I'm gonna go
No,
early
you
again.
did the music thing last time.
No. You're gonna be more tactical.
I think I know who it is.
Who wants me, boys? Who wants the champ?
Abdullah, don't tell him until you want to win.
No, go. Keep
I never sprint. Yeah, outrun time. A quiet pulse.
Pirlo.
Yep.
I knew it straight away. Pirlo, Andre Pirlo. I never sprint.
1-0.
Guys,
1-0 Abdullah.
From
this
the
is
first
rag.
sentence.
This is rag.
I was thinking Ibrahimovic.
What did he say?
I couldn't even.
His name is rigged.
Yeah. Okay. Couldn't even hear it.
Okay, this is the next one. I always cut. You know the plot.
Iron
Robin.
That was like you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah. Okay. Now.
There's only 2 more, lads. You can only equalize with Abdullah now. And these 2 are a bit tough. Come on. A bulldog's bite.
Suarez.
I said it
Nope,
first.
both of you out.
He looked at us. He looked at us.
I take my seat time.
He baited us.
I see him doing that every Friday. He's happy now.
Get out! Both of you
That
out.
was good.
Last time, all for you guys.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm-
I love Amarim. Robin is my favorite coach, Sarah.
Tell him the name, yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
A bulldog's bite.
Yeah.
A worker's soul. I chased the game. I made it whole. Loved and loathed from red to blue. I wore both shirts and trophies too.
This is.
I know
Okay.
who it
Okay.
is.
Again.
No, if he
Both
gets it
of
wrong,
you-
we can say.
both of you can't say anything
No,
until
if
he
he
guesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once
Okay.
he guesses the first one, okay?
Okay. Again. One more time.
A bulldog's bite.
Okay.
A worker's soul. I chased the game. I made it whole. Loved and loathed from red to blue. I wore both shirts and trophies too.
Actually, don't know, but I'll say. Davis.
Yep,
That's
you
who I
got
was
it.
going to say.
That's very good.
Who are you going to say?
Ashley Cole.
Close. Good
That's
one.
very
That's
good
a good
actually.
one, that's a
From
good
red to
one.
blue, wallah. That's good.
Oh. Damn,
Last one,
man.
lads.
Abdullah won. Actually, no.
Kevin.
I'm coming for you.
Wallahi, I was gonna
I'm
say
coming for
Kevin.
you.
Wait.
I'm coming for you.
From red to blue. Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
So far, Abdullah's winning. 2-1-0. Last one. I saw the past you never saw. A ghost between the lines of war. Assist was art.
Ozil.
Modric.
Rayvo.
I just trying to figure out. I saw the past.
2-1-1.
I saw the past you never saw, and I was thinking. So I was going.
Past.
No, I
Well, I was so lost.
Same
I was
here.
like-
Same
I
here.
was
I
like
thought
a-
like.
I
Okay,
thought it was somebody
overthought
from
it.
old
I was
in the- like
war.
Nah,
and
I
what's
thought-
his
I
name,
saw
what's-
past.
What he been through.
I saw past, and I just started filtering players.
Because if I heard pass, I would have got it.
Okay.
That is all for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure
Up
you
the
like.
Spurs.
Give us another one.
Glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Now there was another one. There was another song that was singing. We're on our way. What is it? We're on our way to Bilbao. Tottenham's on the way.
Amir, wallahi. Get that work.
Boys, man, 17
Thank you
years in
guys
the
for
way.
watching. Take care. Peace.
Peace.
All my niggas, we intimidated. All my they intimidated. Burn City, we intimidating. Got my young boy, he intimidated. All my shooters, yeah, they really aiming with them cold niggas. We ain't got no patience. Money talks in my conversation. One niggas, they are imitators.
Ask my dogs, we intimidating. Ask my bro, we intimidating. How you poppin', no niggas hating, and I play the hoe to keep it.